What is up, fellow bench warmers? Welcome to another playoff roundup today. And today, KD, it was all about Kevin Durant. So I am, of course, with Kamish Eric.
Yes.
Ano, kamusta?
Grabe, great game today. I'm just out there. I'm not a KD fan. I'm not really a KD fan, but grabe, one of the best games talaga I've seen by any individual. Yung kanina, unbelievable.
Even if you're not a KD fan, even if you hate KD, because I know maraming inis dyan kay KD, di ba? If you are a basketball fan, you should appreciate what he did. And if you are rooting for the Bucks, parang somehow you knew it eh.
It was inevitable.
Parang darating eh.
Parang alam mong even if they were up by 15, 17, the fact that medyo hindi nila mapaakyat to 20 or 30 point lead, parang alam mong delikado pa sila eh. Even if they were leading the whole game, you know inevitably na hahabol yung Nets because of the Bucks. Because of the Bucks and because of KD. Both ways.
Was this more KD just being great, or was it a combination of KD doing great and the Bucks were just badly coached or didn't play well towards the end?
It can be both. For me, it can be both. It was not one or the other. Kasi it was a combination of both. It's as simple as if the Bucks just did their job or the coach did his job to adjust or to make a little bit of changes, they would have still won, I think. But it's also on the players eh. I mean, the players stiffened up. The pressure, they could not take the pressure. Obviously, you can see in their faces, as you said.
I was saying sa group chat nga na nag-group chat namin nila Eric with some friends na when KD was hindi lamang pa Bucks though, they were still leading, pero when KD was starting to heat up, you could see it on the faces of the Bucks players sa mata nila that they don't know what to do.
Yes.
They don't know how to stop this. They don't know how. And problem nila doon, I think the only player who is tough enough to know what to do at that point was maybe PJ Tucker, and he was in foul trouble. So yun naging challenge with the Bucks. Because I think of all the Bucks players, playoff time, I think I'll trust PJ Tucker to just do his job and be the tough guy out there.
But PJ Tucker is
not an offensive player. Yun ang problema.
He got 0 points and 4 rebounds in 33 minutes. So that just, shows you kung ano yung role ni PJ Tucker on the team. It's not really offense. And the problem, as we all know, is that when they need points, it's really Chris Middleton. It's not Giannis. And kanina, they were trying Giannis. They were trying to force it on Giannis. Middleton was not able to take a shot for, I think, 10 minutes or more. No attempts. No shot attempts. And sadly, it's not really gonna be Giannis. It has to be Middleton. And the problem is...
Sabi ko nga, Giannis would be the one superstar that that opposing teams would want the ball, na siya yung humawak ng bola at the end of the game. Because the opposing teams have a lot of options with Giannis. They can foul Giannis. He can't shoot free throws. They can leave him open sa 3. It's pretty much like playing 4-on-5.
It's ironic. Kanina, this one play was a very good representation of what you're saying. They were down 4, 108-112, I think. Down 4 last 20 seconds. And then what happened was Giannis got the ball and then went full blast down court. Final siya ni Harden. Yeah. For me, if it was KD, final mo down 4, medyo sure 2 points, so maging down 2, that would be a medyo bad foul. Pero with Giannis, that was a good foul. Kasi at most, 1 out of 2 lang shoot niya eh. Yeah. And that was exactly what's the problem with the Bucks. Dapat, naisip ko, it should not have been Giannis who would have been doing that. Maybe Drew, maybe Chris Middleton, try to get a 3-pointer, diba? Wala,
they were attacking not really the worst defender dun sa net side, right? They could have attacked maybe Joe Harris or maybe Bruce Brown or a smaller guy, they were attacking Harden sa post up, and I feel Harden is one of the more underrated post defense in the when nag-switch sila with Giannis.
In fairness, Harden in post-wise defense is really good. But they made the adjustment in the fourth quarter only. But the first 3 quarters, Harden was guarding Jrue Holiday, and Jrue wasn't taking as much advantage of that. Yun nga yung sinasabi why Bud should have been.
Jrue was complaining actually after the game na he was fouled a lot of times. Well, yun yung, if you read between the lines, yun yung sinasabi niya. But again,
but not enough.
Feeling ko Harden is one of the more underrated defensive players. I think gone are the days na liability siya sa defense.
Well, today he was. Actually,
well, injured siya, yeah.
To 46 minutes, if not for KD, natalo sila today, I think yung pagbalik ni Harden would have been worse off for them. For me, I mean, if not for KD, napasama pa eh. I think if Harden wasn't there, they would have performed better. But of course, KD did what he did. So he saved Harden's ass today. And defensively, I still think Milwaukee should have done more to attack Harden today. He was playing with one good leg. Come on. I mean, they should. And plus, the last thing for this game for me, there's no way Giannis should not guard KD. There's just no way. I mean, I know it's hard to guard KD, but you're defensive player of the year.
I take the opposite. I don't think he is the best defender for KD talaga.
But you have to try.
Well, they have to try. They can try, but I think KD will just run around and they will switch. Even if that happens, they will switch. And I think KD is Giannis is a great help defender. That's why he won Defensive Player of the Year. He's not a one-on-one lockdown defender. Ang order for me of better defenders against KD talaga Tucker, Middleton, and then Jrue. In that order. I think they can live with, I think mas kaya nila sabayan eh. Speed-wise.
For me, I think I would disagree with that. In a way na I think Giannis, outside of Tucker, Middleton was too small. It's too small. I think Giannis would be the better defender. But this is the thing. Like what Draymond and CJ McCollum was talking kanina sa Twitter. He was telling Dre, would you allow someone to score 50 points and you not defend that person? Yeah. And Dre said,
as a superstar.
No effing way. Sabi niya, there's no way that I would not get my chance.
Yeah, for Draymond, yes.
And similar with, let's say, Donovan Mitchell. If you're Pat Bev, let's say, even on the bench, give me a chance to guard him for 5 minutes. Panggulo lang eh. Like what Pat Bev is not guarding Donovan Mitchell for the whole game, diba? Pag mga 5 minutes spurts lang, just to mess with him, just to get his rhythm off. Yeah. And Giannis should take that challenge. And which he said right now, I want to guard him game 6. It's a similar thing to last year.
He is a very passive leader. I think he is not the confrontational type of marami ng instances where Giannis could have said it directly pero lagi siyang safe when it comes to answering the questions. And too late. I think that was too late.
Too late. I mean, game 6 is too late for me. But well, if they have any heart left and win game 6.
Pero ito lang for I guess for Bucks probably to before we end it on the Bucks end. I think may chance pa naman they can still salvage the series kasi Harden is not healthy, he's not 100%. And we said the same thing after 2 games, right? After the first 2 games na parang it's over. And same thing, KD pumutok rin nung second game. And then they were able to salvage it with two games. Ang problema lang talaga in a really close game, dehado talaga sila. So they have to really make sure na medyo...
Well, game 7 is in Brooklyn. That's a problem.
Yun. Yun yung sinasabi ko sa'yo, diba, last time? They can't make it get to game 7.
And as far as we know, their coach is still the same. So I don't expect them to suddenly change. Dahil, okay, last 2 games, magbabago na ako. The coach is the coach. He's very stubborn and I don't think he's gonna change. If this was any other team, I would say yes. Well, the Clippers showed us that you can change. I mean, yung narrative's not always correct. But this Bucks team may kulang eh. I agree with what you said. May kulang, but I don't know what. Maybe the heart, the fighting spirit, the closer, whatever it is.
Killer instinct. They don't have that killer instinct. When they were up 16, 15 points, they could have talagang pushed it more. And then, but again, KD happened, and it's easier said than done. Kumbaga, tayo watching, we could say, madali lang yan. They could push it more, kill it kagad, but when you are faced with KD, wala.
Pero may chance kasi paano pag may injury si KD? Oh, di ba? I mean, may chance. There's always a chance. We can never say never.
Hindi, kaya nga di ba? I mean, that Harden injury, kahit nasabi mo he played 46 minutes today, I think malaking factor yan moving on to game 6 and 7. Yeah. They might feel like, we'll probably rest Harden or maybe get him off the bench na lang, see what happens.
Game 6? Are you saying game 6?
Yeah, game 6. I mean, if he's not full 100%.
Kung si Reggie Miller ka, sabi nga ni Reggie Miller, give up game 6 na lang para sa game 7.
Kalokohan yun. KD will not allow himself to sit after that game. Parang hindi yung papayag. But si Harden, possibly pa. Parang they could preserve Harden for one game.
I agree. Maybe Harden...
If talagang hindi siya fully healthy.
Yes. But
him playing 46 minutes today, parang feeling ko he'll still play kasi 46 minutes.
Ang maganda naman with Harden naman kasi he's just a banger. I mean, yeah, hamstrings are hamstrings. Pero at least hindi niya masyadong... You don't see him like jump too high or make those dunks or, run too fast. Wala lang eh. Just pick his spots lang.
Yeah,
and that is what's irritating with Milwaukee today. Ganun na lang nga eh. Harden was just picking his spots and KD was just managing the game a little bit and hindi pa rin nila natalo. So that's got to be demoralizing.
Yeah, they were leading. Yun yung pinaka-isa sa mga frustrating. I mean, you were leading in 3 quarters, diba?
Yes.
After 3 quarters, you could have, talagang kayang-kaya eh. That was a game that they let it slip off their hands. So, yeah, we'll see. Game 6, I still think the Bucks can pull it off. Game 6 at least.
I hope. Yeah, I want game 7.
Maganda rin game 7. Maganda rin.
Yeah,
I think this is one of the better series in the playoffs right now.
Yeah.
So, moving on to tomorrow, the Jazz and the Clippers, as well as the Hawks and the 76ers. Parang ganito rin, sinasabi ko, parang ganito rin nangyari with 76ers but parang they were leading almost all the way, and then nahabol din sila. But it was a more team effort. So, how do you think that would go naman? Game 5?
I always said that the Hawks would win one more and then the Sixers would win the next 2. The problem with the Sixers, they have to manage the knee of Embiid. With that injury kasi it can be bad. Then they have to manage it can be better. So it was bad the last game. I think they would be ready for game 5 and 6 with Embiid. And they're more experienced, they're better. The better team will win out. So I think the Sixers will close this in game 6. 5 and 6.
Yeah. Yun yung difference ng Milwaukee and the 76ers. I think the 76ers have a lot of trustworthy closers. Siguro.
Yeah. And with a team like Milwaukee, they need the home court advantage. They really need it.
Yeah.
See, kailangan yun.
Like Embiid is very elite sa post eh. So when you give it to the post, halos sure 2 points. And he can shoot free throws, of course. And Tobias is like Chris Middleton then. But they have other clutch players then within their team, diba? Who are shooters. Jazz and the Clippers. The Clippers are actually looking good for the past couple of games. I'm not sure if it's just because of home court, but I think they've talaga sila eh, slow starter.
But I've told you, diba? Sabi ko sa'yo, na first 2 games were close games eh. Game 3 and 4 totally routes.
Yeah.
So, yun pa lang makita mo who's really leading in this series, which is the Clippers. Yung laro nila nung game 4, if they play that, no one will beat them in this playoffs. They will win the championship. Ganung laro Game 4 kind of game. And now in this series, if Conley doesn't play game 5, the Jazz is in trouble. There's no way they'll beat the Clippers without Conley. So I hope Conley plays, but we don't know. know.
And the Clippers, they are can we say they are a better coach team right now?
Yeah, we can say
compared
that.
to last year.
Yes. Better playoff-wise.
Si Doc Rivers is probably a better version of Bud
Yes.
Budenholzer.
Kasi si
Doc Rivers kahit papaano parang medyo inspirational coach.
Yun. Yeah.
Diba? He can,
Tama.
not really the X and O's, but he can give you, motivate you, get you in the right spots. But when it comes to playoff basketball, medyo stubborn din si Doc Rivers eh. So,
there are playoff coaches and there are regular season coaches. And Ty Lue is the epitome of a playoff coach.
Yep.
Siya yung opposite eh. Kung may stubborn, may Ty Lue. Yung tipong, sabihin mo lang sa kanya, do this. Ganun. Okay, let's change. Alam mo yung parang within the series, parang Terrence Mann, DNP, it's good.
And I think si Steve Nash could, with more experience, I think he could be somewhat of like that of a coach then. I mean, they've gone through a lot this season and for the Nets. And I think malaking factor din that they've been medyo recently retired sila. Like, they're not the old school players like Doc Rivers.
Yeah, they're flexible.
So they know how the game is and they listen to the players. So game 5 tomorrow, you have the Sixers and the Clippers.
If Conley doesn't play, I would think the Clippers would win. But let's see if Conley plays. If Conley plays, I'll give the Jazz a chance. Ito na lang, last na. I'm just really irritated with how Clarkson plays. And it's just like
buong playoffs yun yung sinasabi ni Com. If you could listen, see the group chats namin.
I think the problem of Utah without Conley is Clarkson is being asked to be the Donovan. He's gonna be the Donovan when Donovan sits. And that is a big problem for me.
Hindi pa ganun ka-dynamic yung game ni Clarkson to be somewhat
hindi
of a
dynamic Yung IQ talaga. Layo.
He is a scorer kasi talaga. Ang problema sa kanya, he is a scorer. Ang problema lang sa kanya, he is not a consistent scorer.
Okay.
Hindi siya consistent. Hindi lang talaga siya consistent. Role niya scorer. Si Lou Williams naman is a scorer. Ang difference nila is Lou Williams is a very consistent scorer.
But no. For me, one difference din is Lou Williams is not just scoring Lou Williams controlled.
Yeah.
Diba?
Alam mo yun, yes.
Pick and roll,
agree.
find my spots. Si Clarkson is parang Terence Romeo and Calvin Abueva combined into one. Parang ginawa mong whatever. Pag nakita ng bola, parang okay, shoot. So,
yeah. I mean, he shot 2 out of 11, 3 out of something yata the last game. And against a Clippers defense, you can't shoot like that. I mean, medyo, I think, partly because of the defense na rin. But, again, gano'n na nga yung defense pero you should at least make them respect you.
Hindi, yeah. And if you're not scoring well, maybe try to pass the ball. Maybe try to make,
wala pa sa
plays.
DNA niya Next year.
Yeah.
Parang si Giannis lang yan Giannis, everyone asking him not to take threes pero he shoots the threes Baka
last year, sabi natin next year. So this year na yon. So next year na naman for Giannis. So parang wala na.
Hindi, sabi ko nga si Giannis is the reverse Ben Simmons. Both of them can shoot threes pero si Giannis keeps taking them. Like, I think yun yung way niya to say that I can improve. So, what better way to make sure that I can improve more sa 3-point shooting than take them, diba? Kasi yun nga, kung hindi mo ita-take, how can you say that mag-improve ka dyan, diba? So, I think yun yung way niya to do that. Parang yun na yung way niya to practice himself. Kasi sa practice naman, iba You can shoot 5 straight sa practice pero wala naman nakabantay, so wala ring pressure. Lastly, all NBA teams are out. Ito yung interesting. Siguro quickly lang. Who do you think should not be there?
Okay, maraming nagsasabi ng mga snub Unang-una, yung mga Donovan Mitchell, mga Devin Booker. Hindi yan snub kasi what they're doing in the playoff, walang bearing yan sa regular season.
Yeah.
This is a regular season award. Ngayon, ang voting dito is guards, forward, center. Donovan and Booker are guards. Wala silang papalitan doon. Who would you replace? Yeah. Diba? Doncic, Lillard, Curry, all of those naman, Chris Paul lamang sa kanila So for me, the snub lang for me there is Russell Westbrook. I'll pick him over Bradley Beal. And then sa forwards naman, Tatum. I have Tatum over LeBron. LeBron was
Tatum,
second
yeah.
team. LeBron was second team, but I feel like he didn't even deserve to be in any of the three teams because he played only 45 games. I mean, wala pang
Si
3
Kyrie
points
ba
yun.
played that many games then?
Kyrie, I checked. Kyrie played 54 games. So
Okay.
for me,
I thought
okay.
kasi he played 40 plus games lang rin.
Yeah. If they change the voting, siguro we could say maybe Donovan Mitchell, maybe those guys have a little bit of na parang pwedeng ipasok. Pero kung hindi ganitong klaseng voting, forwards, sino bang pwede mo ipalit aside from Tatum? Wala eh. I don't see anybody there.
Tatum talaga. I think Tatum was one of the bigger snubs.
Yeah.
I'm not sure si Sabonis if he has center or power forward or forward.
Forward lang.
So, kasi I was thinking si Gobert, I'm not sure, if Gobert should have been there.
Yeah, but wala eh. Center.
Kaya
I mean,
isip ko, Sabonis play center naman eh, in real basketball eh, di ba? I mean, without Miles Turner most of the time ng second half of the season eh. So,
maybe the NBA should change this. If there's any hot take we have, maybe they should just get the 5 best players. Kasi, I mean, anong year na ngayon? Wala na namang mga positions eh, di ba?
yeah.
So just get the 5 best players. So, para mabilis, hindi yung maraming, di ba, unfair.
Yung first team naman is, I would have picked Chris Paul over Luka dun sa guard. Kung guards man yan. I think he deserves it more than Luka. Overrated talaga Luka eh. Gwapo lang kasi kaya lagi nalalagay sa mga first team. Madami mag-bash dito.
Yung second team, Julius Randle for me, hindi second team. LeBron James, definitely not second team and not even third team.
Si Randle, ang daming angal dyan. LeBron James, ha?
Hindi, come on.
Blasphemous.
He played 45 games. The Lakers finished 7th seed. So, wala kang reason for to put him in the second, except for name value, which hindi ko naman pwede i-complain kasi si Kobe Bryant, nung last few seasons niya, nasa defensive team pa siya kahit hindi na dumidepensa. Name value. So, I understand that. But Tatum should have been there. Russell Westbrook.
Tatum, yes. Westbrook, yeah, pwede rin.
I think so, right?
Really, kahit papano, close to the historical season he had when he was the MVP season. I think no one really expected him. Well, for one, no one expected him to finish the season.
Yes. So, Tatum and Westbrook.
Yeah. Ako, I agree. I think Gobert shouldn't have been there. I feel like defensive player, yes, pero I feel like all NBA kasi is more of the offensive side eh. If you look at the players there, di ba, mostly ang ginigauge doon was the offense of the player and the offensive skills ng player. But it is what it is. Every year naman, to each his own, sabi nga nila. Every year there are snubs, there are players who we feel are not worthy, but at the end of the day, they were voted and we didn't have a vote, so we can't say anything really. Yun, that's it for our playoff roundup. We'll see you again on Friday. Bye guys.
Bye.